learned that like the choices that I make is always going to have consequences.
I will definitely pass some advice on to my mates.
The one area that we do work quite closely in is the community. This has proved very, very fruitful, particularly with a programme called Reach Out.
The Reach Out project is a 3-year funded project by Asda, which works on working out in the community, giving awareness and understanding.
What we find is when young people are drinking alcohol, there's a lot of correlating risks, such as, maybe involvement in drugs, most especially cannabis, skunk. In Liverpool, the use by young people is very high, but also things like poor sexual health practice, involvement in gangs. We were asked to go into Toxteth, and Spencer at the Methodist Youth Centre asked me to go along, and they suggested making this film to sort of highlight the risks and issues in the area, but also to show what young people can do about it and what the Methodist Centre's doing to help. Have you heard of classifications of drugs where they say a drug's A, B or C? Yeah. So the government do that to say which are the most dangerous. So for example, class A is heroin. Where do you think cannabis comes in it? B.
Well, the Methodist Centre's been in operation for now nearly 40 years. It's situated in the heart of Granby, Princes Park, Toxteth area, and only recently we developed a 21st century approach to youth work. We do a wide range of diversionary activities, all assigned to with qualifications as well, so young people can come and not only can they participate in activities, they can also get accredited.
Coming to Met because I didn't want to be sitting in the house just bored, and I didn't want to be out on the streets because that's mainly when you get in trouble. But learning about drugs and alcohol, like before here, I would not have known anything about them, so probably when I am older I'd have thought that it's okay for me to just go with what my mates are doing. I'd prefer to come here than like out on the streets where like, I don't know, like people like of my age can be dealing drugs or just drinking. I'd rather just come here and just like be educated than be out on the streets drinking or doing drugs, because it's not the way I want to go in life.
Do you think in this area in Toxteth do a lot of people smoke cannabis?
Yeah.
A lot, yeah. And what do they smoke mainly?
Weed. Skunk.
Skunk, yeah.
I was born around here, and I know how hard it is to get off the streets. At the end of the day, there's people who come out of that area and they change their lives, trying to get onto the right path and don't want to make the wrong choices.
We took along, the drugs box, so all different examples of drugs, but we made that fun and made it into a quiz, what drug am I, where the young people have to try and guess, which increases the knowledge and tends to stick in the mind more. We took along beer goggles and did assault courses in beer goggles. We did work around calories, which the young women are really interested in.
In like a bottle of wine, it's got like 500 calories, which is like a quarter of the calories that a woman's meant to have in a day. So then people think by not eating through the day that they can put them calories on when they go out with their friends. So basically they don't eat and then they drink, so them calories are coming from the drink. But the alcohol doesn't fill you up or nothing, so it's just damaging you and putting calories on you.
And 500 calories are equivalent to, guess how many donuts?
3.
6. 6 donuts.
Yeah,
Do any of you know what it's called if you're drinking before you're going out? Yeah.
Before you're going out?
Yeah, there's a word for it. So if you're getting bevied before you're actually going out on the night out, it's called... Yay! Yeah, well done. Freeloading. Yep, that's loading yourself up on drink, on alcohol before you go out. Now, do you think this is acceptable or unacceptable? Unacceptable? Unacceptable?
Before you go out, if you're drinking vodka before you go out, then you're already getting quite drunk, whereas then when you go out and you top up what you've already drank, you're just going to be all over the place.
When you're at home, would you dream of putting that much vodka in your glass?
No.
No. Yeah, you'd be, wouldn't you? And the more you're having, the more you're putting in, yeah? So you're probably drinking however many times more than you should. Let's go over here and we're going to ask you to pour some drinks for your family. Let's have a look. Cheers. Yeah? So you have just given your grandmother at 65 years old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Jack Daniels. Right. Who can remember how many units a woman?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 a day, yeah, 14 a week.
When I was putting the drinks that we had to keep it to the limit, because if we overloaded, bad stuff could happen, like stomach ulcers, bleeding throat, you lose focus. I've learned today, before we go to a party with your mates, to stick around with your mates and to not go over to the limit.
I've been taught about like the long-term and short-term effects of alcohol. If you're drinking all night, for example, you know, eventually at the end of the night, you're not gonna feel as active as you were before the night, so you're gonna feel sick, you're not gonna know what you're doing. And of course, if you don't know what you're doing, you could do stupid stuff and you might end up getting into fights, you could pass out.
You know, you start off and they're all dancing, and then you see it at the end, they're all on the chairs, aren't they? Like?
Yeah, I've learned that like the choices that I make is always going to have consequences, and like the bad choices that I make, they're going to have long-term like consequences, because if I choose to drink in a park, like I could get hurt or I could get myself into a vulnerable state, and I don't want that.
Yeah, but that's what you get in that is a single unit.
When I am older and I do go out with my friends and stuff, like I'd monitor how much I'm drinking, because we discussed about the units, and it's got like a big impact, like your livers and stuff. It really damages your body.
I'll definitely pass this on to my mates. It's interesting to learn, like, you know, some stuff I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know. You know, I can think back and think, you know, I've learned this, so I can, in future, I can like maybe drink limited amounts. By the end of the night, you gotta at least be able to go to walk home or whatever, like make your own decisions.
Well, I think it's important that we do address some of the issues that are affecting young people. And I think it's important for the likes of Addaction and other organisations who specialise in these areas to come talk to the young people and also work with them to have an understanding of some of the issues that might be affecting them in their lives. It's vital, really. You know, it's a vital part of young people's education, and we want young people to come here and learn and do these things.